How's it going, everybody? My name is Brandon Cambridge, and welcome to the ForbiddenCast. Today is episode 39, and I'm real happy to have you all here joining me. Next weekend, well, this upcoming weekend, I guess whenever this episode gets released, is going to be the Thanksgiving weekend, and I'm going to go up and see my parents, because it's been far too long. So I got to do 2 episodes today. So this is going to be weird, especially considering that I already don't have a clue what I want to talk about in either one of these episodes. So this is going to be fun. If these are some lackluster episodes, I do not blame you if you don't want to watch them. I completely understand. But hey, if you just want to put something on while you're trying to fall asleep, nothing better than a little old podcast talking about literally nothing. You're not gonna miss any context, probably, anyways. But yeah, so cool. That's where we're gonna go. We're gonna go from there. One thing I did kind of have in mind that to talk about for this episode is I just recently watched the Premiere Guitar. Is it Premiere Guitar? I think it's Premiere Guitar. But they did a rig rundown with Jake Kiszka. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. The guitar player and one of the 3 brothers from the band Greta Van Fleet. I'm sure most people have heard of Greta Van Fleet by now. If not, they're probably the band that most people recognize as like the quote unquote ripping off Led Zeppelin band, even though they're not. But yeah, he's the guitar player for that band, and a really, really good band. Highly recommend checking them out. If you like classic rock, 70s sounding rock and roll, you should definitely check out Greta Van Fleet, especially their new album. Their new album is very, very good. But yeah, so right now they're actually on tour, if I'm not mistaken, with Metallica. I think they open for Metallica. I mean, yeah, obviously they open for Metallica. They're not gonna. Metallica won't be opening for them. That's for sure. That's for damn sure. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, Premier Guitar had the chance to go talk with Jake and Sam. Sam being Jake's brother in the band, and Sam plays the keys. So he plays the organs and the mellotrons and whatever other keys, and as well as the bass. So yeah, they did a rig rundown with those 2 guys in a previous video of a couple of years ago. I think when they're before shoot, now I can't remember the second Greta Van Fleet album, what it's called. Like I have the album art in my head, I just don't remember what the hell their album was called. Is it Age of Man? I feel like it's Age of Man. Anthem of the Peaceful Army. That's what it is. Yeah. Wow, was it really released in 2018? That seems crazy long. Because their newest album was released this year. Holy shit, that's weird. Huh. Anyways, yeah, maybe it was on that. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, no. So they've comparing this rig rundown that Premier Guitar did, the new updated version versus the other one. They added a lot of ton of shit to their pedal boards and stuff like that. Especially Jake. And yeah, it's really, really cool. I'm actually gonna go see if I can find it. Premiere Guitar, because I want to see if they have Greta Van Fleet pictures and stuff like that, because they have it on YouTube, but I wanted to see if there's like an article and you can see like the pictures and everything like that, so I can, not have the shit. No, I don't want continue without. Yeah. So, funny enough, Jake still plays the same 1970. Oh, jeez. 1963 model of the Gibson Les Paul before it turned into the SG. So for anybody who doesn't know, the SG body style, the solid, is it solid? No. What does the SG stand for? Oh, geez, I'm gonna mess that up now. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, so the SG used to have the name Les Paul, and Les Paul, like the actual guitar player, didn't want to be associated with that body style at all. So they just basically still had the guitar. They kept the guitar, but then changed the name to SG, but I forget what the SG stands for now, which is gonna bug the shit out of me. But yeah, there was a very few models that were released in the 60s that still had the SG body style but still had the Les Paul name on it, which is really cool. And Jake is lucky enough to own two of them. He's got one really ratty, beaten up looking one, and it looks really, really cool with all the beaten up. I don't like the big like tremolo system that they have on it, but like the guitar itself is really, really nice and relic looking. It looks super cool. And then he's got another really nicer, not like it's still from the 60s, but it's not as worn and beat up looking. But yeah, so he still plays that as his main guitar, and then he has his other one as a backup, and he's got one more SG that's an actual SG. It's not a Les Paul, or is it? Oh, it's a reissue. It's a reissue SG that is supposed to be like the Les Paul, the original SG Les Paul. But it's also very, very nice looking. I think they all have the same pickups, if I'm not wrong. Well, the same kind of pickup, anyways. I don't feel like reading a whole bunch of stuff, but yeah. So like he's got those three different guitars. I love the SG body style. I always have. I like just mainly because of Tony Iommi, and as well as Jeez, now I can't remember his name. Oh, this is awful. This is a really bad episode. I'm so sorry. The guitar player and vocalist for Triumph. What the hell is his name? Rick, shit. Rick Emmett. That's it. He has a double-necked, all white SG, and I love it to pieces. It looks so nice. Yeah, those two guys there are the reasons why I eventually want to own an SG someday. I really want the SG Wonderlust Muse guitar from Epiphone. I love that guitar so much. I loved it whenever I saw pictures of it and whenever it was first announced, and then I saw one along a McQuaid not too long ago, and I didn't pick it up because it is COVID and everything like that. So I mean, I didn't bother, because then at the same time, that it's just more work for the schmucks at the Long and McQuaid. I shouldn't call them schmucks, but I mean schmucks. It's more work for them to have to go fucking wipe the whole guitar down and everything like that. So I didn't bother pulling it off the wall. and playing it, but I do really want that guitar. At some point in my life, I need to have that Wonderlust Green Epiphone Les Paul SG. I don't know why I keep saying Les Paul. But yeah, so those are back on track. These are Jake's three main guitars that he uses on stage, and then as well as he's got a Gibson J45 acoustic guitar in Tobacco Burst. Oh, apparently he's got another one. They didn't even show this in the video, actually. He's got a Gibson Hummingbird as well. With the Dreadnought body style. Very nice. But yeah, so those are the guitars. And then for amps, Jake has four on stage, like whenever, like on the actual stage itself. He's got a Selmer amplifier. It looks almost like a Vox. I've actually never heard of a Selmer before. It looks really cool, but he's got that, and I believe it's a combo amp, but it's probably got another loadout where you can send it to another cab. But he's got the Selmer on top of a white Marshall 412 slanted cab, and it looks really, really nice. And then next to the Selmer, he's got a JCM 800 lead series Marshall, all in white with the matching white cab, which is super awesome. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. The Selmer was once owned by Guns N' Roses' Richard Fortus. Huh. I didn't know that. Who's Richard Fortus? Is that like the other rhythm guitar player for Guns N' Roses? I didn't know that. Neat. But yeah, JCM 800. I need to get myself a JCM 800, even if it's the Studio Series. I don't care. It's such a iconic classic amp that I just want it. And then, just to have that amp, if I am ever going to get to a point where I am going to, be able to own a place where I can record people and have, a recording studio and stuff like that, like of my own, like I just want to be able to have that JCM 800 because it can do so much stuff. It can go from 80s thrash metal to classic rock to classic metal. It's just the overall coolest Marshall in my opinion. The one that my brain always like links to as next to a classic like Marshall Super Lead Plexi, like the one from the 60s. But yeah, that's really cool. I gotta get myself one of those. So what's cool about this is the Marshalls that Jake has on stage with him are not mic'd, and people would probably wonder like why aren't they mic'd? Well, the reason why those are there, that's just so that he can have like an on stage kind of sound. But then, and kind of just for an appearance, but then in the back are the actual cabs and amps that he is actually running, which is what you're hearing through the PA and everything, which is really cool. And I'm going to have to add pictures. I don't want to have to add pictures to the episode, but I guess I'm going to have to. But this is really cool. So, by the looks of it, Jake has two matching JCM 800 212 cab like combo amps going into two 412 cabs. Yeah, so that's really cool. And then he's also got two other amps. Oh wait, no. Okay, so the Marshalls aren't connected altogether. So the combo amps are their own amps. They're also mic'd up with two different mics. And then the other Marshall cabs underneath the combos are Astorias. Okay, cool. Are the Bletchley. Is that how you pronounce it? Huh. But yeah, I've never heard of this guitar, this amp brand either before. But really cool, really cool. They look like kind of like souped up Marshalls. Like the top one here, kind of looks like a JCM 800, and this one, the bottom one, kind of looks like a Plexi, a classic Marshall Plexi. So I mean, maybe that's what they are. But I think they're like a handmade somewhere, custom heads. They look really cool though. Um, okay, now moving on to the pedal board, this is what I mean. I love pedals. I'm always about pedals. Um, this is one of the coolest parts of the whole thing, for me, anyways, is his pedal setup, because especially this one thing. So he has a Crybaby wah. He has two of them. Or is there two of them? I think there's more than two. I thought there was more than two, anyways. But yeah, he's got one just straight up wah, and then he's got another one that is a stereo wah. So like, depending on where you cock the wah, it'll split the signal so that it fade. You can have this nice cool fade with the wah. And that gets me super excited, because that is so cool. Because I love like that stereo kind of thing where it's like it kind of goes back and forth. Thanks to Mr. Brennan Small, he did a lot of that stuff with Galacticon 2, and ever since I've been trying to put as much as that into my music as possible. All thanks to him. So I mean, yeah, like the whole idea of having a sweeping stereo wah is just super cool to me. But yeah, so here we can see, again, I'm gonna have to put the pictures up, god damn it. You can see this. I feel like he's got another Dunlop pedal here. The first off, Crybaby. They don't even mention that one. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like an effects pedal that like adds the wah effect to it. I'm not sure. But then he's got like his control board that controls all of his pedals just on one simple board, and then he's got two Boss chronomatic tuners. Hold on, I'm gonna take a sip. My brain's hurting. Okay. Yes. Okay, so the first, like, okay, so this is where like the main pedals are. So he's got a Electro Harmonix Micro Pog, which is like a octave pedal. So you can have like a regular kind of, you can mix an octave with your dry signal, so that you can have your regular guitars playing with like an octave up or down or whatever. So that's really cool. I'm not too sure. They didn't even talk about this pedal either. The Range Van Lord. They didn't really talk about this. I'm not too sure. It might be like a fuzz or something like that. It looks like a fuzz to me, like a one mid or low. I'm not too sure. They didn't talk about that at all in the video. Speaking of which, go check out the video if you get the chance to. It's pretty cool. But then he's got two flashbacks, which again, super cool. Once again, he's got one that's just kind of a slapback delay, and then he's got one that's again in stereo. So yeah, so that you can have like the stereo effect of the delay. So like whenever you hit it, it'll pan like the ping pong thing, which is really, again, just really cool. He's got the Dan Electro backtalk reverse delay. So like whenever he plays guitar, the guitar will sound like it's being played backwards. So that's what that does, and that's really cool as well, which I believe, if I'm not wrong, is also stereo. So again, super cool. And then he's got a Holy Grail, which is a reverb pedal. He's got two of them. One of them's just a straight up regular reverb, and then the other one is also just a straight up reverb, but is also a stereo reverb. So again, just tons of stereo stuff, which is super, really, really cool. I really want to go see one of their live shows if ever I get the chance, because like, holy shit, um, I want to hear all this crazy stereo shit going on with the PA. Like, that sounds super, super cool, and it gets me extremely excited. And then he's also got the Electro Harmonix Mel 9 pedal. Um, I never realized how many Electro Harmonix pedals he's got going on here. That's really cool. Neat. But yeah, and then the Mel 9 is a Mellotron pedal. I have the Synth 9 pedal by Electro Harmonix. I like my Synth 9 pedal a lot, actually. Speaking of that pedal, all of the synth sounds on the first Celestial Quest album that I wrote, that's all with that synth pedal. So I mean, there's some usable tones. I've heard a lot of people talk a lot of shit on the Mel 9. I know my my pal Lucas, um, he's tried the Mel 9 and he said that he did not like it at all. He said all of the sounds were not that great. Um, I don't know. I never had the chance to check out the Mel 9. I kind of want to, because it looks really cool and I really do love the sound of the Mellotron. It sounds really, really cool. Um, I mean, that's all the Strawberry Fields and what's that other song? There's another Beatles song that they use like crazy Mellotron. No, Strawberry Fields. Yeah, the Strawberry Fields Forever. Is it not? Strawberry Fields. Okay, yeah. It is Strawberry Fields. But yeah, super cool sound. It's super like you hear it and you know it's a Mellotron. Like, and Greta Van Fleet has quite a few songs with the Mellotron, which I love. I love that a lot. Like with the actual Mellotron, but then there's some parts in their songs, like even in the studio, that is actually being played with this pedal. And this pedal here, Brennan Small actually also used it on the Galacticon 2 album. So it's like it can't be that useless if these guys that I enjoy, you just got to get creative with it, I guess. You got to find something that works and you can't, understand how the pedal works. Because, I mean, that's the thing. Like, the tracking with the Synth 9 pedal that I own, like, isn't 100%, but, like, there's still tons of usable stuff. You just got to use it. You can't use it, like, through an entire song. You got to use it for a specific section, or the way I used it, basically as, like, a full-on effect. It's its own little portion in a song. I don't think I'd be able to use the Synth 9 in a live setting personally. Maybe I could try to figure some stuff out, but like, it's really cool to see that Jake is using the Mel 9 in a live setting. I think that's really, really cool. Especially with how much people, because even that too, like I've read comments on this pedal and lots of people shit on it. So it's cool to see that some people are making good shit with it. Okay, so then he's got another another one, another drawer of pedals here. This is the other Holy Grail that I'm assuming is which I'm assuming is the, yeah, goodness, my brain is freezing up. I'm so sorry. The stereo one, the stereo chorus. And then he's also got a micro amp, a MXR micro amp. I kind of want to get just a boost pedal, just a straight up boost pedal. I've been getting into a lot of just like not full on metal playing all the time. And I think it would be cool to just get some like dirty tones, just like some pushed clean amp tones. And I'm not too sure what this FM3 is, amp modeler. Not too sure what that is. And then looks like all his pedal boards are powered by a MXR ISO brick. And then yeah, it looks like he's also got a MXR reverb. He's also got the Line 6 Helix stomp, so that's cool. I don't know what that does. Oh, maybe this is for his acoustic. Oh yeah, for acoustic effects. Yeah, so that's cool. Lots of reverb going on here. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to Sam's shit. So he's got a really cool Fender P bass, seafoam green P bass with a jazz bass neck. This is a really nice bass. I like it a lot. And then he's got Fender built him a bass. Oh, I didn't know that. Again, they didn't show this one either. He's got a backup bass. It's just a Fender Jazz. Yeah, cool. Amp wise, Sam has a Fender Super Bass amp. It's a 300 watt head. Holy shit, that's loud. And then it's got cool. And it's got a 8x10 bass cab. Cool. Oh, he's got a Sun O head. That's a cool. I would like to check out the Sun O stuff. And then with a matching cab. That on stage he's got a couple extra cabs just to add some beef. Oh, he's got some pedals too. Nice. Mini Vent 2 rotary pedal. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. That's kind of neat. For anybody who doesn't know what rotary is, it's like I don't want to say tremolo because it's not a tremolo, but like I guess in a way it kind of is. So it's like whenever you have an organ, like an actual organ, and like you see like a little spinning thing, that's what the rotary is. It's like the cones, but they spin. So like it's shoots out the sound out of these little cones, and then it picks it up on that. Then you pick up the sound from that. So like whenever it spins by, it hits you with sound every time the cones spin. It's really, really cool. So I didn't know that they can make a pedal out of that. I mean, you can make a pedal out of anything technically if you work hard enough at it. We have the technology. And then a more tender octaver. So that's cool. And he's got a mini ISO brick to power that. Very nice. And then yeah, he's got tons of keyboards. Crazy, absolutely crazy amount of keyboards. I really want I'm getting way more into keyboards and stuff like that too now, and I really, really want to. I was excited about him talking about his keys. What does he use? He's got a digital Mellotron, which I would love to buy. He's got the small little guy, but even that alone is like nearly more than $1,000. Way more than $1,000. I want to see how much is that one? Digital Mellotron. Mellotron. Yeah, I'm just gonna copy this. M4000D. I want to see how much this thing costs. Mini, yeah. Show me the money. Yeah, $2,000. $2,000 is how much this thing costs. In my opinion, if I had the money, absolutely it would be worth it, but I do not have the money. I got other useless things to buy, like more guitars and more pedals and more amps and more recording gear and more keyboards, affordable keyboards. But no, it'd be so cool to get a Mellotron. And then yeah, he's also got what is that other thing called? Nord Stage 3 keyboard, super cool. But yeah, so I mean that's basically it. I wish they kind of also did a rundown of Danny's, the drummer's kit as well. I think that would have been cool, but oh well. Oh well. Anyways, everybody, I guess it's time for this week's song recommendation. So let's do that, and then I'm gonna record the next episode for next week because I don't want to risk losing it, so I can actually enjoy spending some time with my parents. So yeah, so you know what? Yeah, why not? Strawberry Fields Forever by the Beatles is this week's song recommendation. Yeah, go listen to it. It's the Beatles. I mean, what more can I say? It's good. It's weird. It's yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what else I can say about it, but it's weird. It's a fun song. It's a cool song. It's got a really weird change in it that people have theorized. It's because the reason why there's a complete tone change in it is because while they're recording it, they recorded the first part of the song, and then they decided to see if they were gonna switch a tuning for it, so they switched the tuning for it, and then they recorded it again, but then they just kind of matched them both together, so there's like a descend in tone, like mid song, and that's just because it's going into the other part where they had changed the key of the song. So that's pretty cool. It's little tricks you can do. But yeah, go check that out. Super fun, super cool song. And go check out that rig rundown that I just discussed this entire video. Yeah. Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in like 5 minutes. I'm probably gonna take a voice break so I don't lose my voice. But yeah, bye everybody. Thanks for watching.